Why?
Why?
It's the Motor City, dude. All of the American car companies and shit.
I only talk shit about Detroit because you remember that, you know that guy Joshimitsu?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Joshimitsu or Joshimitsu?
It's Joe.
Yeah.
He's from Detroit.
So what's
of course
wrong
I
with
gotta talk
Detroit?
He's pretty cool too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
I like
cool.
shit. You know,
What?
he's from Detroit, so I gotta talk shit about Detroit.
Man, I don't know what that's all about. What?
No one, you know, Detroit.
You know,
Sucks.
every time I go live with a stream, it feels like it's taking longer and longer and longer for it to actually go live. Does that happen with you too?
Yeah, I hate it. I feel like a lot of times they'll say 0 viewers. I'm like, is this
You by yourself?
you're like an idiot. You know, like I hate that.
That's cool. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what the deal is with this shit.
It's they're gonna make the stream delay now even bigger,
It feels like it has to do with that.
to the point where you're never gonna see it, what those chat's responses till the next day.
Yeah, man. It's like email.
Maybe if they delay the startup, then the rest of the stream won't be delayed.
That makes no sense.
I don't know how it works, dude. I don't even know why there's delay in the first place.
Yeah, I don't know why either.
There's delay because Twitch is so big now, you know, they have to whatever. I got denied my partnership too.
You got denied?
Yeah, I was
You're so big now.
1,000 followers? How can I not be approved?
But I mean, you're like your account's high enough. I feel like, on average.
You know that thing says you want concurrent viewers of 500
Ooh.
when you apply for it. That's what it says under like one of the
whatever.
requirements.
That's just, whatever. That's just a number.
What is this?
I don't really care, but
Yeah, you do. You applied. You got denied.
yeah, that's true.
There's no
I
need
care
to
hella.
be rude.
on-
So what's
come
up
on,
with that
Twitch.
hairline, Rip? I got your back, Ricky. Okay.
What?
It's Thursday, Internet. My name's Eris. You're watching ATP Live. Welcome. I'm joined as usual by Rick, Steezy, and Rip. What's up, boys? Damn, is that fried chicken?
It's just a skin.
But it's fried
Yeah,
chicken,
this is
right?
way off center, dude. Did you do that on purpose?
It's also not fried. This is baked.
It's baked chicken?
Ricky, your face isn't even on the screen, dude.
Oh, shit.
Man,
All right. I could fix it if you want, but you guys got to make small talk.
Ricky.
mm-hmm. Have you been to Peru before?
Oh man, isn't Paddington Bear from there?
Who?
Who?
Paddington Bear. You guys don't know Paddington Bear?
The hell's Paddington Bears? Are those gummy bears?
Dude, he's got a movie coming out, live action and everything.
I've never heard of it.
What the fuck is a Paddington Bear?
Yeah, it
I
sounds
think
like
he's a
something.
bear that's from like the UK, except he lives in Peru. Or maybe he's from Peru and he lives in the UK. I forget.
What?
Whatever.
What did I just do?
So which one? So does it deny other people's food or does it get denied food?
That only helped like 1 square inch. Okay, keep going.
Oh my god.
Paddington Bear.
This weekend.
What's that?
Fast and Furious comes out this weekend, dude. I'm excited.
What do you mean Fast and the Furious comes out this weekend?
Part 7. You know the last movie for the guy who died filming those, or not filming it. You know, he died in a car accident, and
Hey,
now
why is there two of me? on
That
the
didn't
screen?
come out yet?
the latest one didn't come out yet.
He died ages ago, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Because he died, they like delayed the movie and stuff.
Hey, Why
Really?
are there two of me on the stream?
Oh,
'Cause
shit.
That third one's not.
Hold on. I'll get it.
That guy above me and below me is super sick.
Above you?
Depends on which one's saying that.
Yeah, I'm above you. Thanks, amigo. Okay.
Oh man! Wow, people don't like it in the chat though.
Don't like what?
Furious 7. They say it was ass.
I can't believe that you like it. But
I'm
then again,
serious?
that's your style.
You know. Did you know that Vin Diesel said that he'd be shocked if Furious 7 didn't win an Oscar or whatever the hell they get? He's like, this is gonna get an Academy Award, an Oscar, and a Grammy or some shit.
Wow, a Grammy?
Well, at least he's confident.
hmm
That's
He
what
said
life's all about.
he said like if they don't get voted for like Best Picture, then it's like a travesty or some shit.
Listen, who gives a shit about that shitty movie? I fixed the cameras. Check them out. Are they
Nice.
legit?
Good
Looks
work.
whack.
That's not bad, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's much better.
All right. What the fuck were we talking about? It's Thursday. Blah blah blah. Rip and Ricksta. Hey guys. This is the point where you guys complain about something, and then I go, I'll fix it. Small talk. News. So, if you ask me, this week's been fucking weird when it comes to news. Let's start. Should we start with Tekken 7 or should we start with weird JDCR shit?
That's all Tekken related.
Yeah,
Do
okay.
you want to start on the Tekken side or you start on the MK side?
The juicy stuff is Tekken related, so we should
Okay.
go with the less juicy, the dry stuff. So Mortal Kombat had a combat cast today. Initially, I thought that it was going to be only about the mobile game, which is a total snore. The one thing that has any significance when it comes to the mobile game is that it's linked to the console version of the game, and through playing the mobile game, you can unlock skins for the console version. I don't know how many or what, but they showed one that was a mime, which I guess is a throwback to Johnny Cage. Is supposed to be Jean-Claude Van Damme, and I guess in one of the old Jean-Claude Van Damme movies, he dressed up as a mime, and this is like a throwback to that because of some shit. And the other one is Jax. He's a lumberjack, so it's Lumberjacks. I kind of like that one. And he's wearing like flannel and a it's pretty funny. I kind of like that one a little bit.
Lumberjacks is cool.
Yeah, but who gives a shit about that? The thing that's sick is they ended up showing Sonya Blade and Kenshi. Now, interesting for me at least was both of these characters. So Kenshi didn't even exist when I played Mortal Kombat 9. I stopped playing Mortal Kombat 9 before the DLC came out, so I missed out on the Kenshi train. And when I played Mortal Kombat 9, everyone said that Sonya Blade was bottom tier. So nobody ever played her. So these characters looked all brand new to me. So I was looking at the commando stance or whatever it was, and then Kenshi has all the projectiles and stuff. Pretty interesting stuff. The things that stood out for me was that Sonya has like multi-part reversals, and they look really cool where she holds the parry out and it becomes like this garrote wire multi-part reversal that can end in a launcher. That's really cool. And she has some of her classic moves back, like the upside down grab kick. I think MK fans will really like that. And her X-ray is a homage to that kiss shit that she used to do, so that's kind of cool. That stood out for her. She kind of looks like whatever. Like, you can't really tell, you know, whether she's good or not. But kind of cool. But Kenshi, he kind of looks a lot better. He has all these projectiles, uppercuts, EX versions. From the look of it and from the sound of it, they made it seem like he was really unsafe. Like, they kept on saying, this is safe, but only if you do it at the tip. Up close, it's punishable. So, I mean, that sounds like kind of like he's not safe. One of the variations looked kind of to me like the way Ermac used to play, like the keep out game, but not full screen keep out, kind of like mid screen keep out. But the one thing with Kenshi that really stood out for me was that he has a teleport, and the teleport, he disappears and then falls from above the opponent, but as he's coming down, he can do a normal jump in. So it's not like he's fixed into a teleport punch or a teleport dive or something like other teleports. It's literally like a jump in right above the opponent from anywhere on the screen, which seems really cheap to me. Like a neutral jump.
Was that variation a certain variation, or is
Yeah.
that across all?
No,
Okay.
it's the variation where he doesn't use his sword. His sword is broken, and so he keeps it on his back, and he calls these like monsters and minions. So in that variation where he's shooting red shit out the whole time, he can disappear and appear right above. So it's like a neutral jump, like more or less, because you're free to attack with a button, like if you were jumping in. That seems good to me, especially if you can do it and then land and then throw, or do it and then land and do a low, you know, or jump again, right? There's a lot of options there, especially in a game where like zoning could be a problem. I don't know. Either way, it looked cool. A lot of human characters on that cast, especially now that they're doing these combat casts with a build of the game that has a filled-in character, select screen. It's kind of like I'm looking at that select screen and there's a lot of just regular old humans in there. So either of you guys catch any of this shit, or you guys been busy with Bloodborne?
Bloodborne.
Yeah, it's been.
I caught it. I caught your stream while I was working, so I was able to kind of watch or listen more than watch. Kenji sounded pretty good. I didn't see anything Sonya did. I saw that parry. The one thing that was interesting to me was that parry that she has, right?
Yeah.
And how the EX one even didn't have instant startup, so frame
Yeah,
traps
yeah.
blow up the parries. It seems like so
Definitely.
that's good. And yeah, I mean overall, I thought the game was or the combat cast today was okay. They
Yeah,
couldn't do
especially
fatalities.
considering. Oh my god, that was rough. Like they didn't do the fatality and they refused to do it again because of time constraints.
my God.
So it was like, sorry, the game's coming out soon.
You'll see it then. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's that. The only other thing that I think is interesting going on in there's two things. Before we move on to that ESL bullshit, let's talk about there's the other thing. What's the $30 combat pack or whatever. So
Okay.
if you want to buy the 4 DLC characters, which are Jason Voorhees, Earthquake, or maybe Tremor, a female's name, and Predator, Tanya,
Oh, Tanya, she's in
and
Mortal Kombat
Predator.
4.
So these 4 characters plus a bunch of random skins and shit are gonna be $30. Lots of people are bent out of shape. You know, in the past they've done $5 each or 15, I think, if you buy them all. And now we're talking the same amount of characters, but what is it? Because it's next gen, they're more expensive. What are your thoughts? People are butthurt. I'll wait for your thoughts before I give mine. What do you think, Rip?
I hadn't heard that it was $30. That's a lot. I mean, they're
$59.99 plus tax, $65 plus $30, $95. That's a shitload.
What I'm trying to remember is if in the past packs that they did, whether you got other random skins for other characters, or if the skins were just for those 4 characters. You know,
I don't know.
That's what I'm trying to remember, because I feel like this time around I know that they're doing other skins for other characters as well.
Yeah.
So that's some added value, but it's not added value that I would want to pay for. So I would much prefer the $5 model. I mean, what you really got to think about is, okay, so they're going to have this pack. What if you just want Predator?
Right,
They're not gonna
yeah.
sell it to you, or is it going to be $10 a character?
Whoa. Yeah,
Right.
I mean, that would be the ratio, right? I mean,
Yeah.
$10 a character is a grip.
Well,
Yeah, 'cause
with
that's
with
exactly
those
what
with those DLC packs, they usually give them out like pretty early, right? But like around the same time, they'll have the DLC pack and the first available DLC character, right?
Yeah.
So usually you get to kind of see both of them and realize like, oh, is it worth it or is it not? That is a shitload of money though.
You know, also, if you don't get the Goro thing, you're going to have to pay for him too. They already said that in a combat cast. Like, someone asked, like, will I be able to get Goro if I don't pre-order? And their answer was something like, you will be able to get Goro, but we don't know if it will be free or when it will be. Like, he literally said that. So,
that sucks.
yeah, you're going to have to pay for Goro too if you don't pre-order it from whatever the fuck it is.
I don't want to pre-order it.
Well, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's why I bought Charles a copy for his birthday. That one's pre-ordered so I could jack his fucking Goro. That's the strat.
Fuck.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's pretty wild, dude. I mean, they're. But then again, on the other hand, I mean, isn't it kind of expected? I mean, they can do it, and nobody could do anything about it. They're still gonna sell 1 trillion copies.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, if you consider a game like GTA 5, right? They sold the game 2 times to the same people just because they added a first-person view, right? It's like, okay, full price. And then they have these shark cards where you can buy in-game money with real US currency. And it's like they allegedly have made so much money doing this from people, even though you can, like, do glitches to get money in that game. Even though you could do that, they made so much money off these people that some people probably spent tons more than you can even spend if you want on MK10. So, is it like ethically wrong? I don't think so. Especially when there's all these companies that are like, you know, you could spend $1 trillion on fucking Puzzles and Dragons if you want, but you can only spend $95 on MK no matter what. You know, that's it. You know, I don't know. What are your thoughts? What do you think, Rip?
I mean, somebody had a good point in the chat. They're like, you know, they're charging a shit ton, but at the same time, they're saving you from buying another arcade stick. You know, so take that money that you save from not having to buy an arcade stick to play this game, and put that towards your DLC pack.
That is a brilliant point. They sure as fuck did save a ton of people Well, not me. I don't play on arcade stick. Boo! Flush that theory down the toilet. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That is a really, really cool feature that they put in the game that allows you to play your backwards compatible arcade sticks. Really, really cool. On the topic of the $30, whatever, right? I mean, dude, they got you by the
I'm a
balls.
tournament player. I'm gonna do it. You know, like
Right.
if you're a tournament player and you want Predator, buy him by himself. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I don't really care for Tanya or Tremor. I mean, you know, Tremor might be a cool guy, but
I gotta get to know him first.
yeah,
He's a
exactly.
cool guy.
You know, I don't know what he's like.
Yeah, you gotta be if you really want all these characters, just gonna have to buy them, you know. And even if you don't want them and you want to be a tournament player, you have to buy them just because you need to learn. Like I remember in Soul Calibur 4, right? You had the console exclusive characters, Yoda on Xbox and Darth on the PS3. I never owned a PS3, so I never got to even saw Darth Vader, right? And eventually he came out for Xbox. I never bought him because I didn't give a shit. At Evo, of course, the one player I play against is the best Darth Vader player in the world. You know, this was before I even or after I cared, but I was like, dude, I don't know what the hell's going on anymore. So, yeah, buy Predator and buy everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way it is, you know. And the funny thing is, even back then, companies were ripping people off. I mean, if you just think about that game, a shitload of people bought both copies of the game. Xbox and PS3, so they could get both characters. And then like a month later, they were like, here you go, just give us $5 and we'll give you the other one. So it's like, fuck, man. I mean, whatever. It's just the gaming industry is pretty much all about screwing you over. You know?
Man, can you imagine? I mean, since they have not announced that you can buy these characters individually yet, can you imagine if they do not sell them individually?
Yeah, like, I can imagine that.
You're getting these other 3 characters and he costs $30.
Yeah, of course I can imagine that. That's like, I mean, if I were them, as an argument, I would say, well, that's like you saying you want just Scorpion, not MK10. You just want Scorpion. We don't sell characters. We sell fucking whatever we want to fucking sell. You know, like I mean, whatever. They win. You can't fight them. They're the man. They're making the game. It's super hype, and if you're a competitor, you got to do it.
Yeah, but you know they're gonna sell them separately because that's the most money they can make out of
probably
because you're gonna have that one guy that probably doesn't want Tanya or whatever the
more than one guy, especially with Predator and Jason.
But they want Predator and Jason, right? And so they look at that, they see Predator first for like $10, like, oh, I'm hella gonna buy that, and then they see Jason for $10, like, oh, I'm gonna buy that, and it's just like, all right, well, you're not gonna get these other 2 characters, whatever, who cares? We got $20, nice, and you didn't get all those skins either, whatever the hell those things are.
You know, the funny thing is, when you put it like that, if you look at the combat pack, right, you have Predator and Jason, and then you have these other 2 fucking schmohawks that no one's ever heard of, right? Tremor and whatever. I mean, how are they even pairing these powerhouse 2 characters with these 2 jobber characters? It's so shocking to me. The ratio, if they do sell them independently, the ratio of download difference is going to be crazy. It's going to be like everyone gets Jason and everyone gets Predator, and who the fuck are the other 2? So maybe they will only sell it as a group because of that.
MK9 had 4 DLC characters as well, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, it was.
Scarlet?
Scarlet was first, Kenshi, Rain, and then...
Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger.
And think about it, those 3 characters. I'm like, those 3 characters suck.
Yeah.
Well,
Freddy Krueger is the big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really big.
Like Scarlet, I don't even remember what the hell she did.
She doesn't do shit.
Rain is whack because his name is Rain.
Whack.
And then you have Kenshi, who's kind of cool, I guess. But,
Kenshi turned out to be really sick and really high tier, though, I think. So, I don't know. Well, whatever. Like I said, it's just the way it is. And there's no reason to get too butthurt. I mean, if you're really butthurt about it, don't buy it and you won't support it. You could be like one of those guys starting a movement and shit. But then you're going to get your butt ruined by fucking Tanya. Nobody wants that. That sounds rough. So, okay, the other thing that's a big shocker when it comes to MK, unbelievable. So, it comes out that Mortal Kombat is going to throw a big-ass fucking tournament, $30 million or some shit. What is it, 30,000? Something like that.
Enough.
10,000. No?
How many thousand is it?
Well, they have the exhibition tournament next Saturday or something.
Oh, yeah. So
But
they have that.
It's $10,000, 8-man invitational.
They are giving away $10,000 to those 8 people?
Yeah.
Yep.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You should have been Ryan Hart. Does Ryan Hart even play Mortal Kombat?
I can't remember. He
He's never
entered
played one in his life.
MK9 the first year it was at Evo, and
Okay,
like,
so that means he's played Mortal Kombat.
yeah,
at
he's
least.
played it like once, I think, but I don't know. I mean, whatever. It's just really peculiar, right? Decision making. So they have this 8-man, $10 million invitational, and then they have this online ESL tournament that's gonna be held on Xbox. That's the big reveal. Xbox. So
Xbox One.
who has Xbox One other than the Killer Instinct fans and the guys who found them in the garbage can? I mean, nobody has an Xbox anymore, especially not the competitive fighting game scene, right? And now people are going to be all about Xbox. However, it's been announced many of the major tournaments in the US have already announced that PS4 is their platform for Mortal Kombat 10. What the fuck does this mean? Is it going to create a huge divide between online players and offline players? What if there is a console difference? I mean, there allegedly was in Just Ass, right? They moved from PS3 to Xbox for some goofy reason. What are your thoughts on this? Who's first? Go.
I think that
Go.
you know, ESL $100,000, Xbox One. If you guys are competitors and you guys are Mortal Kombat good players, you should buy an Xbox One and go for it. Because the interesting thing is, we talked about how KI competitive players are on that console already, but a lot of the KI players are from Mortal Kombat. You've got Tyron, Rico Suave, CD Jr. Those guys are already on Xbox One. They play KI. They're going to be in that ESL thing. So there's 3 guys there that you can probably say are going to make the top 8 of that thing already. Whoever else purchased a console. So I think you got a pretty good shot at making top 16. And it's 100,000 or 100,000 payout. You got a good chance of cracking top 16, maybe walking away with a couple $1,000s. Might not be a bad investment to buy an Xbox One.
It seems to be the case, right? I mean, it seems like that if you're a top end player, Xbox One. But then the last thing comes in. Well, before we move to that, Ricky, what are your thoughts? Xbox, PS3.
You said something about it like dividing the community or something. I don't think it's do that. I think most online players are more accustomed to playing offline, I think, than it is the opposite. That's the weird thing. But it's like
I meant in terms of consoles.
And consoles, I mean, if people don't already own a system now, then yeah, maybe it will make people want to play on the Xbox One or buy an Xbox One. But I think the fact is, the PS4 controller is like the thing to me that makes it the fighting game machine versus the Xbox. It's like I think the majority of MK players play on PlayStation Pad. So I think that's also going to be a deciding factor in that. Damn, when are they going to play on an Xbox One anyways? Because if they don't play on pad...
There's no converters, are
not
there?
yet, at least, right?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
So they're going to have to play on those shitty pads or on, like, Mad Catz sticks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they have that PDP pad coming out, right?
Yeah, the Mortal Kombat pad.
Yeah.
That's probably what they're going to push.
Yeah. I mean, there's that then.
That shit looks like it's off of a Sega Genesis. It looks ancient.
That sounds good for some people, though.
Maybe some people want that.
I mean, you remember Justin? Justin got third in Killer Instinct. He was playing on the Xbox One pad because that's all he had. He didn't have a 360 or Xbox One stick, so.
So that's that. I mean,
I guess if there's a will, there's a way. So.
Yeah. Okay, so what about the rest? Go ahead.
No, I'm just thinking. Overall, I don't think it'll be too big of a deal. In terms of like turnouts or anything like that. I think people really want to, they'll buy the Xbox One, and people who don't care just won't. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. Separately on this ESL topic, though, this is the $100,000 online ESL tournament.
Mm-hmm.
They also announced a Mortal Kombat Cup, which they're gonna have like qualifiers and stuff. I don't know if that's from the online tournament that carries over to the offline side of it or what, but there is a separate offline event thing that they have scheduled around the world as well. Like they have qualifiers in Europe and NA and stuff. So I don't know how much money they're throwing in that one, or if that's the same $100,000 prize pool. I don't know.
That is pretty crazy. It seems like they're throwing a lot of support for the competitive scene. That they, I mean, it's no 500 million, right? Capcom is still sitting ugly up there with 500 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they got unlimited ammo over there at Warner Brothers, so they could drop a shitload of money on this if they want. I don't know. I mean, it sounds cool. The Xbox ESL thing is weird, but it makes sense because they have a custom Mortal Kombat pad coming out. What are you looking up? You look like you got a thought.
I got a thought. Yeah,
What?
you keep talking.
Okay, what was I saying? Xbox One, whatever. Surprising.
small talk. Let's small talk.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, it wasn't fried chicken.
What?
It looked like it was fried. Did your
No, it
mom
was-
make that?
I put it in the oven. So
Oh,
it's like
alright.
it's like simulated fried.
Oh shit! It's a simulation.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Did you find what you were looking for, or do I gotta keep talking to this guy?
Keep talking a little bit longer.
All right. So
I
anyway,
ain't trying to talk to him right now.
what's your dog's girlfriend doing?
My
Bro.
dog's actually. Nah, nothing.
You find
Oh,
that
no.
shit yet, Rip?
Just about.
Oh, I'll tell
They just-
you.
They just updated stuff. Yeah.
Well, I'll save that for my bitch calling.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I can't find it. They updated stuff, but I could have sworn I read something about them potentially like using purchases from something else to throw.
Oh
it-
yeah. I did read about that. Why didn't you just ask me?
I didn't know what it was about.
They
You
have
usually
some kind
report
of
things.
it's a Sub-Zero skin. And if you like buy this Sub-Zero skin, a percentage of it goes directly towards the tournament pot or something.
Yeah, exactly. See, so maybe it's gonna top 500 million.
It could be. It
Mhm.
could, yeah, that's a good point. It could be.
Yeah.
That's
who knows how many of those
that's
they'll
from
sell.
the Dota
The
2
Dota 2 thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, international, is that what that was? Or invitational? International, probably.
something.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's coming. The age of Mortal Kombat is near, and there isn't shit else going on unless you're a
Nope.
big time Street Fighter 4 fan and you're
Yeah.
trying to get at the 500 million. There's
Yep.
nothing else going on. So
Unless you live in Japan or you live with Knee or something, then you might have access
yeah,
to
Tekken 7. Yeah, anyway. So yeah, MK10, Excitement City, right? I mean, shitloads of variations and overheads and underheads and all kinds of shit's coming. So we're going to
Okay.
figure it all out. It's
I
exciting.
can't wait to play a fighting game.
Right. Me
I've
too.
been waiting for so
Thunderheads.
long. It feels like.
Me too. I feel that way too. I hope I still remember how to do it. We'll see. Anyway, so yeah, I mean that's cool. I'm looking forward to that. The countdown. I'm trying to squeeze in as much Bloodborne until that happens. But yeah, that's what we're all pretty much waiting for. Go ahead. What's
What
up,
about
Rick?
doesn't Dark Souls 2 come out something soon?
Yeah, I think
expansion
it
or
comes out
something?
this Thursday, the new one. But I'm not all that interested in it, especially with
You're all over
Bloodborne.
that.
Yeah, I thought Char would be all over it too, but he seems kind of mildly aggravated with it. There are a lot of downsides to it. There's a major bug on the PC version
Virgin?
that causes you, if you swing into a dead opponent, your weapon deteriorates like 10 times faster than it should. So that happens a lot, obviously.
Yeah.
And that bug, which is on the PC version, now is carried over onto the brand new console versions.
How can they not
It-
fix that? Don't they
Very
know that?
peculiar.
It was
Yeah, I know.
intended, man. It's intended behavior.
Yeah, that's the first
Makes it
thing
hard.
that Charles said when he got home. So I don't know. I'm not sure about that, but okay. Separate from Dark Souls and Bloodborne and Mortal Kombat, Tekken 7 news or Tekken news. Do we cover this weird ass JDCR shit first?
Do that
or-
shit last, I think.
Okay. For me, the really bad news, and I got Twittered. Someone Twittered this shit to me, and they said,
And then you got cited as a source.
dude, they said, never before seen ultras or some shit. So I looked at the video, and I mean, we could look at it. Do you have the link to that video? It's crazy. I kind of want to show it.
Yeah.
I don't have it though.
Let's get the link. It's easy.
It's on your Twitterer.
Hold on.
It's not on your website?
I don't think so. I don't know if it is. How the fuck do I find it on Twitter?
I don't know. It was a good find though, whoever spotted
Yeah,
it.
someone made it too. Someone made the video. Hey,
Yeah.
chat room, hook a brother up with that damn
Yep.
link, will ya? Anyway, what it shows, which was really like depressing to me, is it shows Devil Jin Super in Tekken 7, and then it shows Devil Jin Super in Soul Calibur 5, and they're like identical. And then it shows, what's her name?
Well, you gotta talk
Shows.
about Jins too, right?
Yeah, Jin's was the last one it shows, but Josie, the new character, it shows her Ultra from Tekken 7, and then it shows XZ-Buzz, or Z-Buzz, Ultra from Soul Calibur 5. It's the same Ultra. That's the one that was like,
Yeah, that
wow.
was really shocking. to me,
Hurt
too.
my feelings. It like hurt my feelings. And then the last one was Jin's Ultra, which was literally just an item move throw in Tekken Tag 2. So this video is crazy. Like everyone keeps saying low budget, cutting corners. What does this mean? What does this mean? To me, I think it could mean many things. Does it mean that they're saying we're never gonna make another Soul Calibur game? Does it mean that they're saying does it mean that they're saying nobody played Soul Calibur, so no one will notice because we didn't sell a lot of units? Or does it mean that Xzeba is never gonna be in another Soul Calibur game? Does it mean they have a low budget? You know, it's like what there are so many things that this could mean. How do you guys take it? What do you think, Ricky?
I don't know how to take it honestly. Like I want to be so optimistic about it, but you can't really defend this, you know. It's like,
right?
I don't know if it's just money restraints, if it's lazy, if it's, you know, like their time restraints even. Maybe they just had to fill something in. Maybe it's just a filler right now. I hope
it could be, yeah.
My hope is that it's just a filler right now, and then they're gonna change it on release. That is like the biggest like prayer in the world, and it's probably not really realistic.
Whoa.
But
okay, the juices are flowing. I got an idea. I hope I don't forget it. Rip, go ahead. What are your thoughts on this?
Spill the idea now before you
yeah,
forget.
you're gonna forget it, dude.
Let me spill the idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was gonna bring it up, but someone in the chat mentioned it, and then the tweet got linked to me where Harada was saying that he was going to take a vacation on some special holiday they had there, but he couldn't take the vacation because of the leaks. The leaks that came out made it so that their schedule on releasing characters had to be changed. Too much work to take a break, right? So then I was thinking to myself, what if Jin was supposed to be one of the characters that were supposed to come way later, but now that it was leaked, they were like, oh shit, let's just push him forward and give him these filler supers. Is that a possibility? Like, Josie was leaked, and they're like, oh, fuck, we gotta put together a trailer and announce these characters. Let's just give them some bootlegged supers real quick and put them out there to damage control this leak. Just a thought. Anyway, you go, Rip.
I think that would be a convenient excuse for them, and I think they should use it.
all right. Send me a check in the mail, Namco.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, like Ricky said, you know, we don't know why it is how it is or whatever, but you know, it's still depressing as a Tekken player. You know, like from the beginning, we've seen these rage arts. We've said like, man, we wish there were a little bit more. You know. And now we see more of them. You're like, and they're just copy paste.
So much less.
Now, you know?
Yeah, they're less than what they were. Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is that got to me more about it was, like, you know, okay, you can see the literal copy paste that's happening here with these rage arts, but then, like, you think about these new characters they've shown us and how a lot of those seem like they're copy pasting bits of other characters, and it's like, Jesus, dude, is this like just like it's ingrained in Tekken now? Like everything that comes out is copy paste from something else. Nothing is new. You know what I mean? Like it's like, can you just give me something fresh, something totally fresh? And you know, that's the part that gets to me, I guess.
Yeah, it's very hard for them. I knew this from the beginning because they have to give you something new, but at the same time, a lot of people don't like change. So, and especially Tekken fans. Tekken fans are very often old man syndrome, fucking like have been around for a while because the game itself is kind of a legacy skill kind of a game. So if you're worth half a shit, you've been playing for a while. So it's really hard to please Tekken fans, I'm starting to realize. And I think that they already are realizing that. But all that said and done, I really feel like, and I've said this before, supers in Tekken was like a really nice opportunity. This was like a door that was like, we created this opportunity for ourselves to make the sickest shit happen on the screen that you've ever seen happen in Tekken. But it really is not panning out that way. In fact, to me, and this is after playing Tekken 7, I'm more hype about the slow-mo at the end of the round than I am about the fucking supers, and supers are what arguably saved Street Fighter 4. The cinematic ultra, the invention of that shit, it's been copied a million times since then. I mean, it is the thing, it was your key. It was your key. So it's not over yet, and there is, like you guys said, it could be placeholder. Potentially, what if the console version sees more than one super per character? I don't see why that would be any difficult. Like, it would not even alter the game in any negative way. Just give them two supers. They have different properties, whatever. You know, like, I don't know. It's an opportunity that I feel like is slipping away. And I hope they realize that it's slipping away and they snatch it and they really take it by the reins and make it crazy. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, dude, you have supers in Tekken and you realize that ultras are the shit that saves Street Fighter. Let's get buck wild with the supers. King's Ultra, Armor King comes in and they fuck you up together, even though Armor King's not in the game. You know,
Yeah.
like things like that are just
They do
gonna
that in
make the
Smash
fans.
Brothers.
Exactly. They're gonna make the fans just shit their pants and throw money at you. Combat pack. Let me buy a fucking combat pack and get a tattoo. You know, I mean, I don't know. It's just really like it's saddening to me seeing them like let this slip. You know,
Yeah.
and it's from hands-on. You know, I played it myself. The slow-mo at the end of the rounds might as well be supers, because that's the shit that made me open my mouth. I was like, oh, this is sick right now. You know, so I don't know. What are your thoughts? I mean, how do you feel about it, Ricky?
I
Right?
mean, yeah, if you want all the supers in the game are pretty what's the word?
Underwhelming.
Yeah. Underwhelming, underwear, all that kind of stuff. It's just, the best one was the King one where he points.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And that's the thing we got hyped for, is the point.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. We're getting hype over something so fucking stupid. All he does is point. I mean, just think about that. If you just break that down, they don't have to really do that much sick shit. I mean, all they gotta do is do something tight. Like, the Steve one where he kisses his glove? If that wasn't already done in Tekken 6, like, let's say that wasn't an item move already, and let's say it was brand new, I think all of us would be like, oh, that is tight. He kissed his glove and then he fell from the sky, right? But, I mean, it's not that hard, They could just do stuff like that more, I think. It's just be a little more creative. I would like to hope, And even the new characters where you're thinking to yourself, okay, at least it's brand new. They can't do the same old shit we've seen already. Wah, wah, X-Ziva, here, inbound,
Hey, the one thing about that, though, I don't remember what she says, but the one thing I really liked about Josie is that she talks a lot. Like, I don't know what she's saying during that rage up, but she is talking. And that, to me, was pretty cool. And then,
it's all over or some shit like that.
Whatever she says. I thought
yeah,
it was
maybe
cool.
those, are you sure those are X-Ziva quotes, too?
Damn! It's like right out of, what? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Callum's quotes and shit, dude. And X-Ziva's super rage art, that'll be tight. But anyway, I do like that she's talking.
So, yeah, that brings up the whole Josie thing. There's all kinds of drama there, right? Like, the Philippines are not happy with the design of the character because of, I don't even know the real story. Some kind of historical figure to the Filipino nation or whatever.
As far as I know, it's like, I think their national hero is named Jose Rizal.
Uh-huh.
And they named this girl Josie Rizal. Like, just put an I in there. You know what I mean? And I don't know.
That doesn't seem like a good idea.
That's apparently what the issue is.
Is that a good idea to anyone? I mean, does that seem like a good idea? I mean, I kind of think about it like if they did something like Georgina Washington, like Georgina Washington. You can't do that. You're turning the first president of the United States into a chick. I mean, even if it was a chick, it doesn't matter. You can't do that. It's like, I don't know. It just seems like a bad idea. Especially considering that, remember how sensitive they were about that Lucky Shaheen shit? Where they were like, we want to make sure it's cool. Nobody gets butthurt over this Shaheen shit. Check out the concept art. We want the Arab community's feedback. This one seems like a really, you should have got the Filipino community's feedback, dog. But then again, maybe they didn't have time to because of the leaks, right? They had to quickly name her and be like, oh fuck, Filthy Rich, boom, let's put it out. Mark Julio, Marquina Julioso. It's like, I don't know. That's a crazy bit of news. I don't know what you guys think about that, but I thought it was real peculiar.
Well, it seems like Harada did say that the feedback for that character was 90% positive.
Mm-hmm.
So he went with that. But it's always one of those things where it's like, it doesn't matter how positive something is. it's when those 10% are much louder than the 90% that it feels like it's a bigger deal than it maybe is or isn't.
But wasn't there an official release from the nation of the Philippines and it was on the news and shit?
That was something that wasn't necessarily. I think it was not their official response or something. It was just someone that associated with them. I never really did much research into it, but I know
I saw some shit on Facebook. It's it's like the NA, it's like the NAACP of the Philippines, that sort of a thing. Do you see that shit, Ricky? No, I don't know if it's real.
No, that's the thing. That's the thing that Harada was. He tweeted about it and said it's not like I think it's NCCA, not NCAA.
Okay.
but it's like
NCAA.
but it's like it wasn't. He said like it wasn't an official or real response from them. And I think they even someone from that NCCA, I think that even someone from that group was like, that's not us yet. We haven't fully, looked into it and all this. So
Weird. I don't know.
yeah, I mean, I mean, it's not I mean, you could have gone a different direction with the name and probably avoided all this,
Yeah,
but
why even fuck with him? Like, why even
I
get
don't.
near that?
I think I think the way Namco looked at it was more as a not
Shout out.
necessarily as a shout or a
They're gonna
tribute,
love us.
Tribute.
Yeah, but it's like it could be taken the wrong way, so everything can be taken the wrong way. So it's just you have to
Yeah.
be tread lightly.
Yeah. Interesting news. This is weird stuff. And then people are saying like Talim. Overheard someone say that Talim didn't count as a Filipina character because the game Soul Calibur 2 takes place before the Philippines even existed. So she doesn't count. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but I mean, do we even have a black character yet in Tekken 7? No, right? We don't have any black characters. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, going back to Jin, a lot of people are saying that he's like top tier, but I mean, like, whatever. But if can't he get Perry into his Rage Art?
Oh,
He has
shit.
to be able
Probably,
to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably
that
gets a big
sounds
whip.
pretty effed up. Yeah, exactly, big whip. Like if he parries Dragunov running 2 or Law back 3, you know what I mean? Like, oh, Rage Art 3,
Yeah. I mean, I've been watching a little bit. There's a lot of footage out, as you can see on your screen. But I've been watching a little bit. I mean, he looks good. I mean,
Combos look good, and
yeah, he can convert off of everything now. That was
Yeah.
one of his problems. He couldn't convert off of a lot of the little things, but now he can. You said the parry.
I mean, that was one of his big issues in tag 2 was that his solo damage is like
yeah,
shitty, but now they made it so
Yeah.
it's buff now. So
exactly. And he has like you said, the parrying to super, and he has the big electric. That's the new shit with him, right? I mean, like, normal hit electric is a launcher. So now he has a 14 frame punish.
Oh, what? I didn't know that.
Yeah, his regular electric when hook fist, EWH, whatever, that shit is a normal hit launcher, and it tail spins. So
Are you sure that it's a normal hit launcher?
that's what I heard, and that's what I saw, in a video.
I mean, when I was watching it, but it was only in practice mode, so they could have sent the counter hit to on without us knowing.
True,
that it's
but
on,
can't you
so-
see a counter hit spark?
It sparks regardless, I think.
I don't know. I'm only going by what I heard, and then quickly watched a couple videos. And I'm like, huh, okay.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like I watched it and it looked like it was a normal hit, but I mean,
Yeah,
I
we're
don't-
not sure. And even if it is a normal hit, that doesn't mean it will be forever, but I don't see why not. I mean, I don't see why Heihachi and Kazuya should get 14 frame electric launchers. And plus, it's not even a real launcher because it's not, you get an auto tailspin. So you can't use a second tailspin, and you're not going to get like a high jumping 4 or something like the way you do off of an electric. So who cares, man? I'm excited to see Jin back. I just think I would love to know the details on the story behind if the leaks really fucked up the whole thing, like the whole plan, What if Jin and Devil Jin were supposed to be the big reveal, like everyone was sure who's gonna be the last character? Boom, it's Devil Jin. And he's like a secret final boss. But then it's like, Josie Rizal and Devil Jin and Jin. It's like, I don't know. The behind the scenes, the true Hollywood story of Tekken 7 could be kind of interesting. I don't know if what that's about, but...
the best part about Jin, and that it shows that Namco was listening, they brought back the hood.
Yeah, that's
The
cool.
hood. I mean, everyone wanted the hood, and Harada's like, "You guys want hood? Fuck it. Here's a hood." God, shut up now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. That's my point. These supers, if let's say Jin put on his hooded outfit during his super, I mean that kind of thing is like a homage to the fans. All you gotta do is give them a fucking hood, and they're loving you. They're sucking your dick for a hood. That's nothing. King is pointing his finger, and it's like we're like standing ovation. This is the best super ever. It's not really that hard to please us. You just have to do something new. Don't bring us the Exiba shit. It's old. Anyway, okay.
Having so many ideas. It's like,
Yeah, man. I mean, imagine, there are so many possibilities. You could, all the people butthurt about characters not being in, you could include them in Rage Arts all day. I mean, there are a lot of ideas there.
I know. Harada did say that the Philippines actually like are really pissed about Josie,
Mm-hmm.
out she goes.
The whole character scrapped?
Mm-hmm.
Damn,
She
they're
said
gonna just
no-
bring in Exeba? Who's got a stick with him the whole time?
That would be
Jesus
so
Christ.
sick, dude. That would be the best.
Oh, man, that's pretty wild. Okay.
Yeah, but you know how Harada is on Twitter sometimes. Like he could be just going, completely overboard with
Dude,
it.
I don't
but-
blame him, man. I mean, it was pretty clear that he's frustrated with the amount of people that are retarded that hit him up on Twitter. I mean, he made that really clear. And like I said that day, man, just because you can hit him up doesn't mean you should, man. 9 times out of 10, you're whack. I mean, it's the way it is. I don't hit him up. I never tell him, like, please bring back some shit or please give this move some fucking block stun. I never have told him that once. The only thing I ever asked him for in the game was a fucking record function. That's it. I've never asked for anything like that. And I think that you guys should think about that too. It's his game. If he wants to take everything out of it and put weird shit in, it's his game. Let him.
But Lee's down 3 needs to be +7 on hit, Harada.
And it's
It makes no
crazy.
sense.
It's crazy, dude. Man, final round was awesome. Final round was awesome because you hear all those nerds complaining to Harada, and then Big Boy shows up and he's like, "Man, I want fucking bow. I want fucking bow." He's just talking. I want this fat mother. I'm no skinny
not
bow.
a Slim Bob.
No slim bow. I want that fat motherfucker. That guy is hilarious, dude.
That's exactly what he said to Harada and Michael Murray. I was
Exactly,
there
to his
too.
face. Harada is like the size of one of his arms. And he's just like looking up, towering at him like he's a boss in Bloodborne and shit. Super dope, super dope. Okay, last piece. Do you have anything else to cover on that topic before we move on to the weird shit?
Well, I mean, what did you guys think about Josie in general, like her moveset? I mean, you guys saw the trailers of her too, right?
Yeah, I think that my lesson right now for new characters in Tekken 7 is the trailers don't mean much. I have to watch the character in-game, because look at what happened with Chloe. Chloe looked really putrid, but then when you check her out in-game, she looks actually kind of cool. Way cooler than I thought she could look, based on the character design. So, if you ask me about the character design, I don't really see anything that sick going on there. Like, super unique, inspired, like, whatever. It's just like a female character with a short haircut. She talks a little bit of shit and jumps around like Exeba. Okay. I mean, what else could you take away from that, right? Nobody's like, sick, this is tight. Did you see the machine guns on her arms? There's like nothing going on, right? I mean, it's like, whatever.
I mean, it's hard to make your character look super impressive when all you're doing is showing like a Superman punch or something. That's the only thing I noticed about the entire character was she did a Superman punch, like a real MMA fighter. So that was the only thing I noticed.
Yeah, Claudio has a Wonder Woman looking punch, like a Superman Wonder Woman punch. So I don't know. Maybe that's a thing. All right. Well, what else? Anything else in regards to that? What about you, Rip? You asked our opinion. What do you think about Josie Rizal? You think it's a cool character?
I like that she had what looked like real kick attacks. I mean, they said her fight style is like kickboxing and eskrima, which I don't know what eskrima is really, but she's got kickboxing. It looks like real kicks, so I was happy to see that. But then, like, it looks like she's got these real kicks, and she's still got some twirly bullshit. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. She's got a ton of twirly
yeah.
bullshit.
So, I mean, it was nice to see some real shit with the twirly stuff, I mean, because I prefer Tekken to have, like, real fighting styles and,
Not
less of
flips.
not the flipping cartwheels, whatever.
Yeah.
But,
I'm
that is
with
what
you.
it is.
I'm with you. Okay. Last topic, right? We're going on to this weird JDCR Peru fiasco. So, you guys stop me if I make a mistake, because you guys know I'm not on Facebook, so it's kind of like almost third person, which I don't want, which is the reason why I don't really want to fuck with this, because I don't know shit. I haven't talked to JDCR, and I don't know anyone from Peru except for Alex Valle, so I don't really know much about this
Peru?
topic. But I think
he's
he's
Peruvian.
Peruvian. Every time
he's
I call him
Peruvian.
Mexican, he gets butthurt. So I don't know.
This story's making more and more sense. Go on.
Okay. Oh, it's all coming together now. The long con. Okay, so JDCR from Atlanta, from final round, he was going straight to Peru, and he was really excited about it. He said there was a tournament there. He's amped up. It's a big deal. Blah blah blah. So he goes over there. Ends up. Word gets to me that he lost to someone. Do you guys know what the name of the player is that beat him?
Abel and Sapito, I think it was.
Sapito. Okay, so he lost there, and it was like, okay, cool, good shit. Some Peruvian guys are really good, or I don't know where they're from. Maybe they're not Peruvian, but they won there, right? So I was like, okay, these guys must be pretty good. I haven't seen the matches yet, but I'll wait. And before I even see the matches, and I still haven't seen the matches, but I do know that it was a double Eddie that got first place. But before I even see the matches, JDCR posts somewhere on Facebook or MySpace or some shit that he had a bad time. You know, like, and this is where the details are foggy for me, but a really bad time in terms of he wasn't comfortable, he was afraid, there was like, it was a bootleg tournament. He talked all this shit, right? Like, there was 20 people in the tournament. It was a Mickey Mouse operation. Second place didn't get any kind of money. All this weird complaining about, like, really unheard of types of stuff. So as soon as I heard that, I was like, whoa, that kind of sucks, you know? And then there was a picture of the top three, and JDCR looks, like, really pissed and not happy. And, like, the other two guys are like, yeah, this is sick. I just fucked up this Korean guy. So, you know, I don't know. It seems like a kind of a hairy story. And then it turns out that Peru wants to, like, sue him for slandering on, I don't know what the deal is. So do you guys know a clearer story than I do? You guys have the Facebook. Tell me. You tell me.
Well, from what I've read, JDCR was just not having a good time. Basically, you know, he complained a lot about, like, the hotel situation, the, like, food, I guess. Like, there's some Spanish players there, and they kept telling the Peruvian guys, like, no fish, right? We don't want fish. And then here comes fish. And it's like the guy's like, dude, what I've been saying, no fish, please, you know.
Yeah.
And so JDCR felt like they were disrespecting the Spanish players, but like treating him really well. So like, you know, because he saw that, I think he was a little bit like, that's kind of fucked up too, you know. But
Okay.
it's, you know, a lot of it he was just complaining about the overall experience, and the thing that bothered me mostly was that I think it was a tournament organizer, I'm not sure, but he responded.
Uh-huh.
And that post got deleted eventually. I think someone deleted from Course Tech Academy. But he responded, and he could have done it in such a better way. But instead, he says JDCR is just salty that he got second, you know, lost in Peru, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, said...
That's what I was going to ask about, but go ahead.
No, it's not, yeah, so he said he was salty, but the thing about JDCR's just initial rant is that he never complained once about his performance or why he lost. He never said he never mentioned that. He mentioned everything else outside of the tournament. And like the Peru guy kind of goes in and says like, oh, you know, that's just because he's so mad that he lost now that he's making up all these complaints and stuff. And I thought that was a bad look. But you know, it's hard for us to say anything about it because, you know, I've never been to Peru. I don't know any
it's
shit
the
about
news,
that.
you know, it's really
Yeah.
like, it's heavy hitting news because JDCR is like the best player on the planet. He is the Ryu, you know, he's the world warrior. He's traveling the world. He's been to a ton of countries to play the game and won many tournaments. So it makes sense that they would treat him like royalty. He is Tekken royalty. He's the best. He's the best on the globe. So that's interesting, right? And then him losing in Peru did not seem unheard of, right? Because didn't Saint lose somewhere in South America as well? So it's like,
He lost
okay,
the same player. He lost to the same players.
Exactly, same guys. Okay, so it's like it's happened before, no big deal, right? But then this complaining comes out, and your first instinct is, okay, if this were someone like, you know, Real Law or someone like that, right? You'd be like, okay, this guy's just talking shit because he lost. But it's so unlike him. You know, I've hung out with him so many times. He's a very, like, humble and honest kind of a dude. I don't know. I haven't spoken to him. I don't know what the deal is, but it sounds like he got his butt ruined over there in Peru in more ways than one, in the game and outside of the game. I mean, you know, I've heard all kinds of weird stories, like he was robbed and then they held him down and, you know, he'll never be the same. And, you know, like all kinds of made up shit, you know? So people are talking a lot more shit than I think they even know what they're saying. You know, a lot of people, this is the problem with fucking Facebook, dude. That's the problem. It's like some weird Dixie Cups game where, you know, the messenger fucks everything up and makes up all this bullshit. And then JDCR had a bunch of tentacles coming out of his butthole, and then boom, BL
That's not
showed
Facebook's
up.
I
problem.
think that's Facebook. I think that's people who aren't on Facebook or just listen to what other people are telling them.
Yeah, exactly. That's what is going on here. You know,
That's
just
your
you, though.
problem.
yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
JDCR post, you know,
So you're
like
saying,
people
you're
said-
saying because
I ain't reading no fucking essay about JDCR in Peru. I don't give a shit. Why would I give a fuck about JDCR's bad time in Peru? That's his problem and Peru's problem. You know, it has nothing to do with me. But the thing is, everyone else on the fucking planet cares about it. Everyone in my chat's like, are you going to talk about the JDCR situation in Peru? What fuck is JDCR? What am I, an investigative journalist? I don't know, man. I don't know anything about JDCR and
We can
Peru.
just comment. We can just comment on what they said.
Yeah, all I'm commenting is on my shitty chat room that all they think is, drama. I don't know anything about that.
The other funny thing though that they said was some of the Peru guys were like, "Well, JDCR, you were here, and like we gave you the mic after the tournament, and you said all these kind words, and now we find out it's a lie." And I'm thinking, if I'm in a foreign country by myself in a place where I don't feel safe, I think the first thing I want to tell them is, "Yo, this place sucks. I'm not having a good time. Fucking take me home."
Yeah, no way.
I'm sure that's
You'll
gonna
be like,
go
this
over
place
well.
is sick, the sickest place ever. I don't know. Again, I don't know what happened. I guess we'll have to find out from JDCR. Doesn't he stream all the time? Maybe he'll say it on his stream.
Well, he hasn't streamed for a while because he's been gone
Traveling.
for like 7
He's a
years.
little busy this weekend. He'll be at Lions Den.
Oh yeah, that's going on this weekend, right?
Yep, he's there already. Spaghetti Rip just said he had dinner with JDCR and Core.
Awesome. Okay, so, more will be revealed, I think. And I think it's better, my advice, Internet, is, it's nice having drama and shit, but before you go, like, spreading around all these tentacles coming out of his butthole, find out the real story because, people can get butthurt. I mean, these Peruvian guys might get pretty pissed. You never know. Anyway, so that's the weird drama on Facebook that I had to talk about, even though I don't give a shit about it at all.
Separate from the drama, though, I watched the matches, actually, JCR's matches, and he lost, like, pretty legit. The match he lost to Sapito, I think his name was a Ling and Lei player.
Right.
And JCR loses the first match, and he sticks with his Dragunov team, right?
Huh.
And I'm like, okay. But then he wins the second match, and every match is, like, almost final round, so it seems pretty close. Like, JCR's like, okay, I guess I don't really have to switch kind of deal. And then he goes to the final round and, like, he loses. Like, the final game of that said, he loses. And so he's sent to the loser bracket. But then he gets to the grand finals against Abel, and he just gets wrecked. He got wrecked, like, 3-0. And Abel's on the winner's side, so JDCR didn't even get to reset the bracket or anything. So that was a pretty convincing win, regardless of the circumstances, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched it myself, but, I mean, again, it goes back to the thing that Ricky said. Like, in that post, I didn't read all of it. I read some of it. And, if he's literally not mentioning it as an excuse, then it has nothing to do with the game. It has to do with his experience,
The tournament part of it that people might not have.
Yeah, for all we know, JDCR is completely in 100% agreement with you. Like, yeah, I lost fair and square. He's hella fucking good, and I can't beat him. But that doesn't change the fact that I had to eat fish or whatever, I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's really not, the games themselves matter, and good shit to Peru for, beating JDCR, I don't know. I don't really know what the rest of it is or how he feels about it. That's his business, and that's that.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is his anger doesn't come necessarily from what he got. It's more so that he was lied to because he felt like everything was a lie, that they told him one thing and then gave him something else. So
yeah, I think the part of it that stood out to me was just the part where he said, like, when they invited him, they said, like, they're gonna have X number of players from X number of countries attending, and then it was like nowhere near that.
It's like
number,
a weekly Wednesday night fights and shit.
Right. So that had to be the most disappointing of whatever he posted.
Makes sense. Okay, so let's talk about a couple of the tournaments coming up before we move on to bitch callings. I know this weekend, Lions Den, that's streamed on Real Menace. Also, something else this weekend. NorCal Regionals. Nobody gives a shit unless you want to watch Tekken 7, right?
I don't know if they'll have a stream for Tekken 7, but they're going to have it there. So anyone that lives in NorCal and lives near Sacramento, that terrible part of California, the land that time forgot, California's butthole, Sacramento, you can go there.
That's what that star means, huh? So Sacramento, I've been there. It is a little bit on the boring side. But yeah, that's cool. NCR, they're going to have Tekken 7. I have a feeling that Markman is going to arrange for a stream, at least at some point. He usually does. He pulls through with that. Just a hunch. I don't know for sure. But yeah, that's definitely cool. Markman tweeted already that, he has the stinger and it's ready to roll. And, cool. I mean, Tekken 7's in the U.S. We'll see where it goes from here. Northwest Majors, that is coming up April 22nd, I think, through 24th, something like that. So it's winding down real quick. Did you guys decide on what you're up to over there?
I think Ricky said he's not going, yeah?
Ricky's out. What about you, Rip?
I don't know. Probably not going.
Not likely.
No.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Definitely, you got to check it out because they're gonna get Tekken 7 as well. So
Yeah,
Tekken
that's
7 is getting passed around. That's good news.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be the last big Tag 2 tournament, I think. Unless
think
something
so?
else
Majors.
unless something else pops up, I think that might be the last big one. I mean, there's so many, people who go in there, so it'll be
Yeah.
a good tournament to watch.
That's right. Incog, Anakin. Was it Naps?
Lil Majin,
Bronson,
Oh yeah,
Cody
Majin,
Boo.
Cody
Co-
Vu, Speed Kicks? No, the
No,
other guy,
Princess
Ling, Princess Ling. Yeah, that's a big one. So that's cool. Sounds like it's gonna be a legit tournament, of course. And Tekken 7 there, super cool. Other events that we talked about, that ESL bullshit. Mortal Kombat's coming out. That's gonna be huge.
SoCal Regionals delayed.
Oh yeah! Wow, that is crazy.
huge.
SoCal Regionals delayed because the venue is not done being constructed. I don't know what they're gonna do with that.
I think he said it's already pushed back to June, pretty much guaranteed.
Wow.
Yeah, it's first week of June. That's the only weekend that he said is available to him. So
Huh.
so he's trying to find. He's still got to try to find a venue, I think.
That's whack. Okay. What else? That wraps it up. I think we covered all kinds of weird shit. This week was real weird with the copy paste ultras in T7 and the Xbox online tournament, Xbox One online tournament. Didn't see that coming for so much money on consoles no one has.
No.
And then that Josie Rizal shit, like the Philippines, and then JDCR versus Peru. I mean, this was a weird news week for me. I don't know about you guys. But okay.
Man, I just had an idea too. You brought up the Tekken 7 rage arts again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're saying like maybe a console version will have 2 rage arts per character or something. Like, what
Yeah.
if they do Tekken 7 VR or something? That's where the rage arts get like a complete makeover.
Of
Like,
course.
that would be awesome. And
Dude,
that's something.
yeah.
I don't want to say I want that because I don't. Because I want unless they release on console first. But if they do it that way, that would be very cool.
I would bet on that happening. Like a new version of the game. I mean, it's the way it happens every time, so I figure it's got to happen this time. You're saying that because it's going to take
I know.
longer for us to
Yeah.
play. But yeah, chances are that that's going to happen. So, okay. Go ahead, you guys plug your stuff before we call people bitches. Go ahead, Ricky.
Twitch.tv/RickSteezy, RICKST, 3 E's, ZY. I applied for a partnership. I got denied. So
You guys got to help him out, so you can
Mm-hmm.
reapply. It's like the GED. It's got to wait a month.
or
So-
I asked like Mike Ross or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Anyways, yeah, just follow me. I stream more often now because I got a good capture card. So
I saw you were doing Bloodborne and you were doing Tekken, so good shit. Rip, go
Hey,
ahead.
is that new capture card? Does it have any like lag like the USB devices had or none?
I mean, the lag is minimal. Like
Okay, yeah.
it's there, but it's like it doesn't bother me. I can actually use my PC headphones, and
Nice.
use that sound, so that's good.
Cool.
Yeah, I think I might get that capture card eventually. Anyways, you guys can follow me, twitch.tv/levelupyourgame. And I stream a lot. Bloodborne mainly right now. I'm trying to finish it before MKX.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope. MKX, super amped up. Okay, bitch callings. You guys ready? Okay. Whoever's ready, go ahead.
I take it, Rip's not ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Okay,
Shall I
go
go?
ahead,
This
Ricky.
week, dude.
Mine's a throwback bitch calling because I was thinking about like how JDCR didn't have a good time in Peru, right? And so I was thinking about all the shitty tournaments that we've been to. We've been to plenty. We've been to plenty of.
Oh
shitty
yes.
So-
Yeah.
There was one that I've never really blown up because the end result was so great for you guys.
Yeah, that's the shittiest tournament ever. Go ahead.
But SBO qualifiers,
Oh,
NorCal, in San Mateo. Whoever ran
worst.
that tournament and whoever worked at that stupid play-in trade or whatever, those guys are bitches. Man, that tournament was so shitty. There were so many problems.
It was
right
the
off the
worst
get-go.
tournament ever.
First off, it was supposed to be on arcade cabinets, and it turned out to be 2 cabinets with the splitter to a PS3. So there's hella lag. That shit don't work. We had to bring in our own Asus monitors, our own PS3s, our own joysticks because this motherfucker doesn't know how to run a tournament correctly. They even had Street Fighter 4 qualifiers. I remember one of the cabinets had a mouse, like the mouse
Dude.
clicker right in the middle of the screen. That shit is the most
While you
distracting-
play. While you're
playing.
Dude, that's
It
not
doesn't-
even it. Remember the while 725 was playing, the stick fell into the cabinet.
Oh,
It
yeah,
fell into the cabinet. You remember that? And then they started to get pissed off because someone put gum on the carpet, and then it was a family zone because I cursed. I was like, what the fuck? And then they were like, you can't curse in here. And then the fire marshal came. The fire marshal kicked everyone outside. They were like, you can't have this many people out here. And then they were like, you can't stand outside. You can't stand inside, but you can't stand outside. So the guys running the tournament were like, fuck it, let's go buy everyone pizza and stuff everyone in this shitty pizzeria next door. So now there's everyone from a tournament in this pizzeria waiting for these shitty pizzas to come. The tournament was only how many teams? 12 teams or something? 12 teams took like 40 hours. It was crazy.
The tournament, not only was the tournament delayed by like 5 hours because of
more
that
than
shit.
5.
And
Way
then,
more
like,
than 5.
that was, I forgot about that part. The part where you couldn't be inside, but you also couldn't be outside. So it was like we were like, all right, we just gotta walk. Everyone walk on the block.
Yeah, you couldn't solicit. They didn't allow you. There was no soliciting, so you had to walk around the block and shit, like in circles. And we were eating fruit snacks like they were military rations and shit. Me and Jimmy J were sharing fruit snacks and shit. It was like the shittiest tournament of all time. But we ended up going to. It ended up being the sickest tournament of all time because I fucked up Jimmy J Tran for the trip to Japan, and I jumped out of my seat for the fucking stomp.
That is the highest you've ever jumped. 1 inch.
My legs have never left the earth like that. It was crazy. I jumped. I hit him with what was it? What did I hit him with? It was a stomp at the end, whatever it was. But it was super dope. It was
those stupid nerds that worked there. I was so pissed at those guys because they just got out of high school. They're like, I'm moving up in the world. I got a job at my fucking local video game store because my sister's banging the manager. Fuck them.
Dude,
they acted all high and mighty and like, who put gum on the floor? I'm gonna end this tournament right now. Who put the gum here?
Dude, it's a fucking business where people come in and everyone who comes in is a dick. I mean, get over it. It's a business. You know how much gum was on the floor at Super Arcade? There was so much gum on the floor that I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna put gum on the floor. That shit's tight.
And you remember at the end where like if your team got eliminated, they're like, okay, now you gotta go outside.
Wait outside.
And so they locked the door. They locked the door, and so people are like fish, like up against the wall. Like,
I couldn't smoke a cigarette like for an hour at the end. The whole grand finals was cigarette free. Oh my god, that was the shittiest tournament. You know what? Yeah, that guy, fuck you, guy. You know that guy opened an arcade afterwards, I heard? Whatever, whoever that guy is, fuck you. My bitch calling is El Pollo Loco has these things called quesadillas, and they are like, listen, I never heard of them before, right? But I ordered one, and that shit cost $7, and I opened the wrapper, and it was like the size of a silver dollar. Like, it was tiny. It was crazy how small it was. I could not believe it. I can buy like 6 BRC burritos from El Pollo Loco, and the amount of difference of food that I get is absurd. So El Pollo Loco, I have a feeling that the guy who ran SBO Qualls, his career didn't work, and he went into the marketing department of El Pollo Loco and was like, all right, let's start ripping people off with fucking quesadillas, and then he moved over to NetherRealm Studios and came up with the combat pack. I mean, it is crazy. It was so small. You should try them. It was so small. 3 bites. 3 bites. It was gone. And it cost $7 or some shit.
Did it come with meat at least? Like
it had. I got the bacon avocado quesadilla. Right. It was pathetic. It was pathetic. It was terrible. It was pathetic. Anyway, I'm not happy about it. But whatever. Big dinner's soon. Go ahead, Rip. Who's your bitch calling?
So my work, we're moving offices, and so I had to call like our what's it called, our internet people to like make sure that the new location can handle internet, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So I call up to make sure. I'm like, hey, we're moving to the new location. Can you guys support the same speed, whatever, over there? They get back to me. They're like, yeah, we can do it. Cool. I'm like, all right, sweet. Tell my bosses we signed the new lease for the new place. We're good to go. So I go check out the new place. I realize there's no ports, whatever. I call back the internet people. I'm like, hey, we need some ports installed here, by the way, as well. And then he's like, oh, yeah, by the way, one more thing I forgot to tell you, currently you're paying $600 a month for the speed, but at the new place, it's $800 a month. I'm like, the fuck, dude? And he knew that, but he didn't tell me. He's like, yeah, I was trying not to tell you right away because I knew it was going to upset you. I'm like, you make us pay $200 more a month. We have a lease until like 2018 or something. You know what I mean? Like for the next 2 years, I'm like, no, we're not paying that. So thought like come up with some bullshit story about like how like we're actually switching to AT&T, you know, whatever, and like they had to give me the like contract termination fee, whatever instead, 'cause that's what we're gonna pay. We're gonna switch to AT&T, and so he's like, then he got back to me, he's like, oh yeah, well, oh no, fuck, before he even got that part, he's like, oh yeah, I can give you a discount right now, you know, but like. The maximum discount I can give you right now is 15%. Right now it's $7.99, and the actual retail price is $8.49. I'm like, does that seem like 15% of $8.49, bitch? You know, you take 10% is $80. You only gave me $50 off already. Like, come on, dude. So that guy's math sucks too. He's a total retard.
Total retard?
Total
Damn.
retard, man. And so
Starring
anyway,
Arnold?
yeah,
Okay. He's a total
yeah,
retard.
man. And so freaking, you know, bottom line, like ends up like I tell him like we're switching to AT&T, and so he's like, oh, you know what, give me a quote from AT&T, and I'll lower the price back down. So yeah, fuck that guy.
Scum,
That guy's a
dude.
total
They're
bitch.
all scum, man.
Total bitch, dude.
It's crazy, but that's the way it works. You know, I remember when I worked at the library, you know, it's similar but way less scale, and someone will come up and owe like $50 or some shit, right? And it's like, I worked there, I know how it worked. If you like that guy, you'd be like, you know what, it's cool, brother. Handshake. If you don't like that motherfucker, it's like, yep, $50, bitch. I'll hook you up and take $1 off. You know, it's just the way it works, the way the world works. If they feel like hooking you up, they will. Fuck that guy. You know, speaking of fucking guys, remember that guy that did that spreadsheet that had all the bitch callings ever? You know that guy is still updating that shit?
Yeah,
I don't
I saw it
remember what
recently.
his name is. I wish I
Really?
remember. Do you? Either of you guys remember his name? I don't remember. I'll find out your name, but good shit, amigo. That guy is still updating every bitch calling ever. I think I took the lead, by the way. I'm the biggest bitch ever. I feel like it should be that way, so. Anyway, all right, internet. Are you guys, are either of you streaming tonight?
No, I'm done so.
Maybe
Ricky?
later. I'm not sure.
All right, well, I'll be on later on, but Rip, you're going to be on tomorrow. Ricky, hopefully tomorrow?
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right, internet, thank you so kindly for watching. We'll catch you guys later. Take care, everybody.
Peace.
Peace.